appointment. And one of the reasons they were able to turn a member of Congress away is that it wasn't a federal facility. It's a private facility run on behalf of the federal government. And so, do we have the kind of oversight of those facilities as we do those that are run by the government? And furthermore, there's another question that I have, and that has to do with even when it is a government-run facility, is it run by the Bureau of Prisons or is it run by Immigration and Natural? I think it's run by ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement. And so, are the standards the same as they are for a federal prison? I've toured federal prisons, and I gotta say, like in Michigan, where I covered prisons, when I was a newspaper reporter in Michigan, the facilities provided and the conditions provided for the federal prisons much better than those for the state prisons because they have high standards. So you use the term, would you say draconian? Maybe that's actually accurate, not.
So just to add to that, it appears that the funding, it's federally government funded, and the Florida Division of Emergency Management will oversee the build out and management of the facility. So the state of Florida, I guess, has won the contract to handle the retaining of these immigrants.
So that is outsourced, but not to a private entity, to a state governmental aid.
Correct. Yes, that's what it's at a cost of about $450 million a year.
See, folks, we have a responsibility as a society, one that's never been lived up to be aware of the conditions in our prisons, because it's reflective of our society, how we treat our prisoners. And I'm sensitive to it maybe because I covered prisons for a while when I was a reporter in Michigan. But I can tell you that of course, we don't want it to be a country club, but we want it to be a relatively safe environment. And I've walked around state prisons unescorted, and I've walked around federal prisons, and I can tell you that my fear level was much greater walking through the state prisons than it was walking through the federal prisons, and that was just on a short visit. Imagine what it must be like if you are considered a vulnerable inmate in a state prison. This is, and now think about detention facilities in which there is no oversight and how people are being treated. We saw that before on the border when people were put in cages. So we don't want to face some of these things that are going on in our society, but I think it's our responsibility to do so. Thank you for bringing it.
Yeah, well, yeah, and so it's also been argued that the spending that'll go into building out these new facilities, upwards of $75 billion is the estimation, 48 to 75 billion, will spend more on these detention centers than what states spend for all 50 states on their prison industrial complexes. And we're considered one of the highest incarcerated, if not the highest incarcerating nation in the world. Second or first only to China. I don't know the full statistics on that. So, and then on top of that, Gary, they're going to be hiring upwards of, there's only 6,000 ICE agents, and many of those have obviously been deployed to places like Los Angeles, where I live. But they're talking about doubling and tripling these agents with using this money to provide signing bonuses, so upwards of 10,000 per agent. So imagine, and of course, this will be rained down not just on Los Angeles, but Chicago, Philadelphia, New York, other cities where there's supposedly these sanctuary bills in play. So it's an ominous, it's a very ominous approach to what he said. What he wasn't going to do was to go after the hardened criminals that have gotten into this country. And so, I don't know. And El brought up a great point with regard to our seniors and how we're going to be warehousing our seniors in what? In unfunded, less desirable facilities, so that we can go around and stormtroop, the immigrants of this country. So I think it's a very bad optics, which will hopefully compel the Democratic candidates going into the 2026 to win a lot of votes off of this. And if Elon Musk is able to implement his vitriol toward this bill, I would be cutting checks today, finding candidates willing to run against these guys who probably didn't even read the bill and who are leaving their own constituency in a lurch. I would be publishing the amount of costs that these GOP senators are going to be costing their constituents, particularly in the more rural areas of this country, and how their voters aren't going to have health care and their grandmas aren't going to have health care. I mean, I would be running campaigns between now and 2026 highlighting this. But this is what's got to happen, Gary, in order to try to even have a modicum of ability to reverse of what has been passed here. And then with regard to the money that Trump's using, you talk about, this Mandami guy, which until the guy came on board, I didn't know anything about him. I mean, I'm an LA guy, I'm not a New York guy, but Trump is talking about going after his citizenship. So is Trump going to then weaponize this police force of his? He's already got his own private law firm in the Department of Justice with this Bondi gal. So is he going to take the dollars and go after his enemies, political enemies, those that speak ill of him? So this is another chilling component of this bill that Americans should be absolutely afraid of. And again, I'm not here to defend the New York guy and his politics, and I take to heart your opinion about his anti-Semitism, Jewish positions, because I've been in your room, I've heard you speak. So, I want to, I don't want to necessarily give the guy a pass, but we can't allow for our democracy to be Gestapo like this with regard to whether or not I can run for politics or not, because I might end up in an alligator gulag in Florida. So I'll end there, Gary. Thanks for letting me speak. I'm highlighting the immigration issues.
Thank you. And then we'll go to Ben, and Elmer was here before, fell out and came back, so we'll get to Elmer as well. Go ahead, Ben.
Hi, Gary. I'm going to talk about something else, which I came here late, but I have not heard other people talking about a particular provision in the BBB. Everybody has been talking about the deficit, the tax cuts, Medicaid, et cetera, But I think for me, I'd be really concerned about one particular, very minor, one paragraph out of 100,000 pages. And Gary, I don't know whether that provision has been eliminated from the Senate version, but if it has, please let me know.
1,000 pages, 1,000, not 100.
Yes, 1,000 pages. So Gary, the provision I'm referring to is the one that was this: no court of the United States may use appropriated funds to enforce a contempt citation for failure to comply with an injunction or temporary restraining order if no security was given when the injunction order was issued. That was it.
So what does that mean? What does that mean, Ben?
So that means essentially it takes away the power of the federal court to issue injunction asking the president or the government not to do certain things that are unconstitutional. In other words, put it bluntly, the government can give the middle finger to the federal court when, for example, the deportation case, many of the executive orders. If a court has ruled that the executive order is unconstitutional, unlawful, the government can say, I don't care about your ruling. And usually the court would say, oh, that's contempt of order. So the court can actually force the government to comply with the court order, whether it's injunction or restraining order. In this particular case, this provision, one sentence out of a 1,000-page bill, if that remains in the Senate version, then that would mean the government said, oh, I don't care. That's not enforceable unless the plaintiff comes up with security that would compensate.
Ben, your microphone's open. We don't.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're.
Okay. So this is a very, very dangerous provision in the bill if it passes, signed by the president. And other than myself, another person has raised this issue who says removal of funding for enforcement of federal court of contempt order is the actual crux of the spending bill. This is nominally aimed at removal of illegal immigrants, but obviously also.
But you don't know whether you don't know whether it's still there because of the amendments overnight.
Right, and okay.
So I'm giving you some homework, Ben.
I will try to get that. But the quote that I just made, it was published on X, written by Elon Musk. So there's at least two people that I know of in the U.S. Me, myself, and Mr. Musk that's concerned. I'm calling this provision is the actual.
When did Musk tweet that?
The danger of this.
You're cutting in and out. You're cutting in and out again. Ben, when did Musk tweet?
Tuesday.
So he tweeted Tuesday as today, Tuesday?
You know what? I took a screenshot when I saw this. I don't know whether it's this week or last week.
Well, basically, I want to know is whether he tweeted it before or after the vote.
Right. I'm sorry, Gary. I will do my homework, but it's today. I think that's the one that I have to do. But don't put me on this. I will do my homework and then.
Yeah. Well, that's really interesting. I don't hear that being discussed, and so that's a very important issue that you brought up. See if you can.
Sorry, go ahead.
See if you can research it and let us know. At least go back to the chat and let us know because that's huge.
It is, Gary. It is very, very important because it was in the House bill, and Gary, the House bill was passed by one vote. 215 over 214. And this is my point I'm making. Whether this provision is here or not, I think going back to the title of the room, the midterms, if we think that those of us who don't really like Donald Trump, and that's a bad thing that happened that he got elected president, I think this bill is a good example that Congress electing not just president, but electing congressmen and senators is even more important and consequential. Because our senators and our congresspeople, literally House of Representatives, literally passed this bill without even looking at this particular provision. And it's so irresponsible. One of the other examples of the irresponsibility of these senators is that, the solar tax, whatever, energy excise tax in the Senate version, guess what? Nobody knows who put it in there. Reporters were trying to get to the bottom, like, what to put in this provision? But adding a tax to the solar industry. And the senators being interviewed goes, it's not me. We don't know how it got in there. So 1,000-page legislation, there are provisions that just got put in there, maybe by a rogue, a clerk or something, a LA or something like that.
Could have been Marshall's little brother. I'm joking. I'm joking, but I'm joking about that. But it could have been somebody on that level. Thank you, Ben. I gotta move on because.
Gary, I think. Yeah.
I gotta move on.
I think this is actually very important.
Go look it up and get back to us, please. Elmer, you get the last word.
The bill is an abomination, and cutting health care for American citizens is terrible. But Gary, Republicans will win the midterm elections, and the reason Republicans win is simply because of the people in this room. Whom are kind, educated people, but they have altruism and empathy for illegal immigrants, and spends $7 billion to give health care to illegals, supported by the people in this room. And I will tell you, Gary, in my opinion...
How do you know how people in this room feel about these various issues? There are a lot of people in the room. What are you talking about?
Allow me, and then you can criticize. I believe, Gary, respectfully, the people you socialize with are highly educated.
How do you know
and they
who I
have-
socialize with?
I'm making an assumption that you
Yes, you
with
are.
highly educated people.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so I'll finish briefly, Gary. The educated people in America feel altruism and empathy towards illegals. That's why the state of California spends $7 billion a year giving free healthcare to illegals. And that's why many illegals were given a lot of free stuff the past few years. The people who are kind and altruistic may love giving free shit to illegals, and Democrats are welcome to run on a platform of giving more free shit to illegals. But my humble opinion is, if you get out there and if you talk to the average American person of all races who did not go to college, there is near universal agreement among people that didn't go to college that the government should stop giving free drugs now.
And all these cuts are just going to affect illegal immigrants, but not going to affect grandma and grandpa.
No, that's not what I said. What I said is the bill sucks, and I think it was unethical. But I'm asking you why the Democrats would lose. The Democrats lose because the even today continues to ask for free shit for illegals. Specifically, Gary, you're welcome to Google this and see for yourself. If you Google it, even today, the government of California is voting to give free healthcare to illegals. So I predict, you may not want to hear this badly, because giving free shit to illegals is so hated that it will overcome people's unhappiness at the horrible cuts to American citizens.
And why would I not want to hear that argument? A lot of assumptions here. Why would I not want to hear that argument, Elmer?
I don't think you want to hear an argument because you feel altruism and empathy towards illegals yourself. That is my opinion of you.
I'm so happy you are in such a good position to tell me who I am. Thank you, Elmer. I appreciate that. So I'm a very empathetic person. Did you hear that, ladies? I'm a very empathetic person. The kind of guy you want, at least as a friend. Folks, we're here Monday through Friday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. New York time. So until 5 p.m. New York time tomorrow for the next edition of the Critical Thinking Forum. Everybody be safe, be well, and peace out.
This to another country is difficult because women are very free here. Now, that I didn't say they didn't get murdered. I didn't say nothing like that. I'm saying that here women have more choices. You can, and you have people to enforce that. If you go to the cops, they're gonna enforce it. Out there, they go to the cops and the shit, nothing happens. So I'm saying there's no hold the person that's doing something to females accountable. That's the only thing I was saying. But that kind of probably fucked up.
So, or he shouldn't be held accountable?
No, I never said that. I just was asking Mel, did she think that he would be held accountable? She said she wants him to get 15 years, and
15, maybe 5.
I did.
Are you wearing a bracelet or something? What is that noise? That that it sounds like scraping or something.
I like it.
Oh
My bad. That's my mic is close to my little necklace. I'm sorry.
but you
Oh,
that,
I don't like
I knew it was something. My spine is dead. Okay,
I
good.
thought it was like it had beads on or something. Go ahead.
They might have been waiting.
Nah, 'cause you hella crazy. Nah, First Lady, man. I got a reminder of why I should always be cool in a situation on a necklace. That's all.
Oh, that's awesome.
The first one.
Do you like waist beads, Deeza?
I think they cool on certain people.
How about for yourself?
I know you trolling. It's all good. I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna let you have that.
I'm playing with you, girl. I like this.
It's okay. It's all good. I like to have conversations. You feel me? So it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Bill, you don't mind if I drop my link in your chat, do you?
I had to go on. I had to go on mute real quick because I barely got that out. I'm just messing with
I
you.
have I have a podcast myself.
You have a podcast
Yes, ma'am.
outside of Clubhouse?
Well, I have one that I do on the Clubhouse too, so I got more than
You
one.
want to drop your Clubhouse?
And I was just asking Mel, you know what I'm saying, because I do like to talk and I like to answer and I like shit. I like stuff like this.
Okay, but I'm just trying to figure out which link you trying to drop.
Yeah, that was the link I was telling you.
Your Clubhouse link?
Nah, my YouTube link.
Oh, okay. All right, go ahead, bro. Alright, so what's next? I think we've come to an end there.
First Lady, you sound like you want to be on the podcast.
Hey,
It's fine, she could be.
CEO, where'd you get that from?
You could be too, CEO. I do want
You had a lot of interest in it.
No.
There it is.
Mel wasn't here to have the conversation, and I wanted to know what kind of link he was dropping in the chat. So I was asking questions. CEO, you need to pay attention.
There you go,
I
CEO.
was paying attention to your curiosity. There was a lot of it.
Yeah.
You're
Hold on.
Oh, goodness, you get interrupted by act. No, by it is interrupting me. Kidding. I'll go on mute.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I want. You guys are talking.
I was just CEO.
Yeah, okay, I think so.
Would you have voted for the big beautiful bill?
No, I wouldn't vote for it right now. I still have a couple major issues with it.
Yeah.
What are the two major issues for
The Medicare, and then it adds too much to the debt overall.
Medicaid, food stamps, health care, the work requirement. Like, y'all are out of your damn minds. How are you going to tell people who are 55 to 65 that they have to work 40 hours a week, even if they have a disability, just to get some fucking health care? Come on. Come on.
Do you have a disability? Unless you can.
I mean, it was good they removed the AI part from it on that. That part was.
Yeah. So I just want to say something about Remy Ma. I don't know if anybody
Outside
knows.
of the courtyard? The court?
Yes. What the hell
Did she
was wrong?
fight?
I don't
thought she just was recording the girl.
Right.
Yeah, but it
She was
doesn't.
down there like she about to...
Wait, can you play it?
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna play it right now. So obviously, for anybody that doesn't know, her son is being charged for murder. He had a court appearance today. Remy Ma's outside. The daughter of the guy that passed away is also outside. And I'm gonna play it for you.
And remember that I told y'all Remy don't have accountability, but go ahead.
Beat you up too. Beat you up too. Beat you up. Come downstairs. You know you in front of the courthouse trying to act like you're tough. Yeah, stop. Yeah, let's go around the corner. Let's go around the corner. Come on, let's go. Beat you up too. Turn around. Like your mother's ugly? Like your mother's ugly? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. We can test it right now. Right now, ugly. Everything. Oh, you thought you was gonna see something ugly. But you wasn't. But you wasn't. See in here. You see what's up? See in here. You see what's up? Oh, okay. That's it, guys.
Yeah, that was all in front of the courthouse too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Is the daughter Dominican or something? She sounds like she got a little accent.
Nah, I
think
seen a
she's from
photo.
New York.
She look black. Yeah, she look black.
That's just that New York feistiness right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the louder voice was the daughter,
And then Remy was, had a lower voice.
Because the daughter,
She jumped off the stairs. She was like, stairs, Remy. I'm like, Remy, what are you doing?
the daughter is the one who I saw recording. I didn't see the Remy recording. I saw her pointing her camera at her, but I saw the recording from the daughter's perspective.
Okay, you see the opposite angle. Okay.
Oh, so Remy's angle was out then.
Remy had her phone out too, and
I know, I saw that. That's what I'm
and
saying.
she went down the stairs like, "Come on, let's go around the corner." I'm like, "What are we doing?"
And Remy is like 43 or something, man. This shit
I'm
is
like,
crazy, bro.
You in the public, every fucking body knows you. You a felon. You did a bit already. You taking out cameras. They're gonna take out cameras. You in front of the courts there for your son that has a murder charge. Like, I don't get it. I don't.
She's still on parole, do you know?
Nah, her parole finished already.
That is wild, though. And the son seemed just so cool. Like, I remember seeing the son on Love and Hip Hop. I don't know if it was before she went to jail or what, but
No, it was when she got out.
Okay, yeah, I remember seeing the son. He seemed just like a normal dude. Like, it's crazy, boy. This world is a fool.
Mind you, don't forget, she's a grandma. Her son has a baby.
Oh, damn. I didn't know that either.
Yep, she a whole grandma. I think her grandson like 2 years old.
And how old is the baby?
No, he's like 2 years old, the grandson.
No, I'm saying
And
how old
he's
is
in
her
his
baby?
20s. He's like, her daughter, she's probably like 5 or 6.
Oh, so she older than, okay.
Yeah. I think she like just graduated from pre-K, if I'm not mistaken.
Child, I've been coded now. I don't want to start no mess. But I do remember a couple of ladies in here said if their friends stole from Remy mom,
They was gonna blow them away.
Exactly.
Girl, to lie to me, the shit her friend did, you don't think Dr. Goddess, you cannot.
Nah, I definitely wasn't shooting nobody.
I'm not shooting nobody.
Oh yeah, I would whip that bitch's ass.
And look, Tito, for the amount, the amount that it was, come on. I mean, I understand the principles about it because if you're from the streets, principles and shit, but where is your coach? Where's your handler? Where's the person that's supposed to? When you get money, I thought you get them type of things. Like the people tell you, like, hey man, you tripping, bro. But, all right.
I mean, and my thing is, I still don't agree with her shooting her, but I do understand that some things could happen in the heat of the moment.
Yeah, but it was an accidental shooting, and then she tried to make it seem like she was trying to. What did she do? She tried to get her on attempted murder.
Oh damn, it was accidental. I thought she did that shit on purpose. Cause she
I didn't just pull out no gun and say bow, bow, bow. That's not what happened.
I'm not saying she just pulled out a gun. They might have had a conversation, but I thought she shot her on purpose.
I would have beat your ass after the fact. I would have got out of prison and probably went right back to prison and beat your ass.
But that's the thing. Like, what bothered me, it was that when she found out that her best friend couldn't have children as a result of the gunshot, even if it was an accident, Remy did not express any remorse whatsoever. She still was calling her all types of B's. And I was just like, Remy, where's your humanity?
She tried to get her in prison for life. Come on now.
But she didn't. She wasn't.
The case didn't go the way she wanted it to go.
Yeah, her friend wasn't cool if she stole the money, Doc.
Okay, but even if she did, let's pretend she did. You go and confess or whatever, and you try to act like I fucking tried to murder you when you know it was an accidental shooting.
I mean,
I think I'm supposed to have sympathy for you and your. Look, I can feel bad that you're in a situation, but I'm not gonna sit here and be in your face, so we're not gonna be nice.
Damn, though, P, is you my best friend? You my bestie?
Why my bestie try to get me? Why my bestie try to act like I tried to murder her?
But you did shoot me, though.
I mean,
accidental shooting.
I don't see, Patty. That's a different understanding than what I had.
Yeah, but we read it in the room that day, Dr. Goddess. So don't. That's not.
I know. I know. I'm
it's
just saying that from that day. Like I had never heard that it was an accidental shooting.
Yeah, but when we talked about it in the room and we read it in the room, you was like, oh, I thought. I was like, yeah, maybe it was. For her to fucking try to press the fact that you try to act like I try to murder you, that's something else.
I mean, I don't know. So it seemed like, so here's the thing. After all those years, for her to still not express any remorse over anything, I'm like, Remy, I'm not exactly sure about like your moral compass. That's my thing. That's my thing. I'm just not understanding.
Gotcha.
And like, I just don't, like, even if, like, the friend is definitely wrong, you know, for stealing the money, but, like, can't you understand in general that, like, you having a lot of money, well, y'all said that Remy said that she also helped her before, so, I mean, maybe I just don't have enough details, but I'm just saying.
Do you think Remy was rich back then, too?
Not rich, but I mean, to be able to carry like thousands of dollars in your purse, that's like a significant difference between the average person and, you know, somebody that's making records or whatever.
And she had that conceded out, right? So she was on her way to rich, because that song did very well.
But I'm just saying, Remy's wild. And anytime I hear about Remy being wild, I'm never surprised.
My whole thing is the way that she treating the guy that stood tall through it all with her, went to jail for bringing her shit in jail, and now because you didn't do what you were supposed to do and you took yourself elsewhere, now it's his fault. That shit's like crazy.
But you know what? I'm now considering that to be karma for y'all. Because y'all done seen so many women hold it down for these brothers, and their brothers come out and you know, disrespect. So now, you know, get a taste of your own medicine. Ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for you. Although I do love Papoose.
Damn, God. It's okay. I can understand. I mean, I hear you, but damn, that was a one-off. You can't give him a one-off.
Because he, I mean, it's fine, it's great what he did, but I mean, women do that all the time, so I just don't understand why he's so special. You know.
Damn, that is crazy, Sonny. It's good though. I mean, it is what it is. You feel me? I mean, shit. Man, I might have to talk about this on my next podcast because this is crazy.
Try to find out what really happened. Was it a true accidental shooting, or did Remy really mean it? How does the friend feel? You know, go into it.
Yeah, at this point, that shit was years ago.
I mean, but I what if the friend don't feel like the shooting was accidental? If and then if I pulled out a gun on you though, like if I pulled out a gun on you and it go off, how many accidents? I just don't know if we could call that accidental too, Pete. I'm just saying, big dog.
So stole from me. Like, it's not like I just got mad. Like, I had a bad day. So, no, you shouldn't be calling the police. I didn't call the police on you. And you're still alive.
Now, I thought that one of the details that was unveiled from our previous conversation on here was that did the gun stay in the purse? Was there like a tussle over the purse and then the gun happened to go off? Like that's
what happened. The gun was in the purse and it accidentally went off. That's exactly what happened. But then her friend tried to act like it was freaking attempted murder.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay. Now that's different.
Yeah, you got to get into these details, Diesel, because I mean we got to get to the bottom.
For real, Doc. I'm ready to talk to Gemini. You see, he knows some shit.
Oh man.
Yeah, he knows some shit. This shit crazy.
Who is he? So who is he? Are you talking about AI?
Yes. Yeah, I'm just talking.
Your AI is a he?
I mean, it just has a male's voice, but I'm pretty sure I can make it a female's voice, but I just say he because the first voice I heard was a dude voice.
What you talking about, Willis?
If I had Siri, I would call it her, but I got Gemini though.
I'm crying. I thought he was talking about our Gemini.
Yeah, so Remy's son.
Go ahead, Remy's son did what?
Yeah, so he's being charged for, he has like 3 different charges, but obviously the first one is first-degree murder. They are saying that he shot a 47-year-old in front of John F. Kennedy Airport, and that's why you see his daughter is older, because dad was 47.
Oh, okay.
And this happened on June 7th, 2021.
Oh, so he just now getting a trial. Okay, that makes sense too. Yeah, that makes sense. That's crazy though. If you shoot somebody in front of an airport, is that premeditated? Like, damn, or did we just get into an accident, argument, and
Yeah, they're saying
got shot?
that they feel like it was a hit, that he was hired
Oh,
that hit. And he also had somebody with him. He had also another kid with him that by the name of Richard that's also being charged, but his charges are not here. I don't see his charges.
And that's the bad time, right, ma'am?
I don't know why, because it happened in front of the airport?
Yeah, because airport is federal, unless they weren't, because there's like that area around the airport that's considered federal.
Yeah. Yeah, it says first-degree murder, weapon possession, reckless endangerment. Those are the 3 charges.
Is the case the state versus, or?
I don't see that.
Oh, okay.
damn, that should have been one of the first things.
They're in Queens County. They're in Queens County.
Oh, so that's not.
That's Queens Criminal Court.
Yeah, that sounds state. That sounds like some state shit.
You know, I forgot to.
Queens County, what, Maryland or New York?
No, that's New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it was in front of a JFK airport. That's New York airport. We cannot
I think he off mic. He don't know if he off mic probably.
What's your conspiracy theory?
He off something. I don't know if it's nuts.
He's off that mushroom. No, he's on that mushroom.
I'm just running errands and shit, but I'm about to get on some mushrooms. Now, there ain't no conspiracy. It's just the fact that they didn't pull up the charges on the minors, to me, is the biggest red flag on all this. I don't feel like they really want him. I feel like it's not that I feel, he's been an informant. He's been a federal informant his entire life, like his father. So it's
What are we talking about?
Are we still talking about Diddy?
No!
Oh, shit. I was gonna say, whoa.
No, we're talking about Remy Ma's son.
My bad, I just got here. My bad.
Okay, we're talking about Remy Ma's son. What the hell?
But you hear how he was
Spend him for 50 cents. We'll spend him for 50 cents. 50 cents.
What the hell y'all take?
50 cents.
First lady.
But you know that guy, if you think that guy Richard didn't snitch her son out already, yeah, I got something covered to y'all, because I'm sure he read it already, so he could get less time.
Exactly.
Yep.
You know what's so crazy? On Love and Hip Hop, she always talks to the kids about how she hates guns because of what happened. And you know, for Dr. Goddess, when you keep saying that she doesn't regret, she talks about she regrets what happened that day all the time. She said it on the Breakfast Club. She said it on Love and Hip Hop plenty of times when she talked to the kids about guns.
Well, why didn't she say it to her?
For what?
You see how much stuff you get.
You need to apologize for me for putting me up on a murder. Like, what the hell? What the hell?
After you
Really, Mary? She put her friend up on a murder. What's going on?
Yeah, you trying to frame me and you want me to go, girl, bye.
Okay.
I mean, okay, she brought the gun to her best friend, right? So if it went off, it went off. But
I carry a gun. And if it accidentally go off, if you motherfuckers say that I'm trying to,
man,
we got a problem.
shit, see, fucking with me, you would have ran into the right one. You know what I'm saying? That would have been, see, Remy friend was supposed to be, but really, she probably only thought that they was gonna talk about it or whatever thing, because
Nigga, we
the friend denies stealing.
You stealing from me. I don't care about
The friend denies the stealing allegations, though. So how do we know you didn't get drunk and leave your 3,500? Because I think it was only that much, or less than that. It could have been less than that.
It was. I'm still. You know what? I never checked up on the details, even from our clubhouse conversation. I didn't go back and like reread anything or look into anything. So I'm still a little blurry on it. Maybe that's why I still feel the way I do. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, because you know, I would even have a question as to how did you get into a push and pull? How did we even mistakenly, you know, get to the gun and, you know, and shot? Like, there was something about it that I don't remember the details, so I just need to stop talking about it for right now until I do. But there was something about it, about the. But I'm just saying, like, if you expressing, I take issue with her. You know, you're gonna tell the whole world how you feel bad about it, but you're not gonna talk to me. And I was even if I was your former best friend, you know, you could still be like, you know, you really pissed me off. I really didn't appreciate that. Like, I gave everything to you. What was mine was yours. You know, I was with you. I mean, I still understand how you.
What am I talking about? I did time.
Yeah, and I can't have any children because of where you shot me. So like we both suffered here.
You stole from me and we got in a tussle.
Yeah, and as a result, so here's
Sonny, though, did she prove that she stole? Because the friend still denies it. That's what I mean. And I could deny whatever, but if you got proof of me doing it, then I can understand that. I haven't never seen Remy come with the proof from it, so I don't know if she really stole from her or not.
It don't matter whether she got the proof that she stole.
Damn, I just couldn't accuse you of stealing, Doc. You my best friend. You my best friend. You my best friend. I'm gonna accuse you of stealing, and then we gonna end up shot when we talk about it.
I feel like you think I stole. I feel like the fact that you took the case to the police shows me your character. So yeah, you stole. I believe you did it.
That she took the what? The what?
The fact that she went to the police about it, trying to say I shot her on purpose.
Yeah.
I feel
wait,
like,
what do you think? Wait. So wait, the ambulance, the ambulance didn't come.
No, she's saying she could have said it was an accident, but she didn't. She said you did it on purpose. She could have said, "Oh my God, this was an accident. She didn't intend to shoot me. This is what happened."
Right.
But she didn't. She was like, "Yeah, that hoe tried to kill me."
Yeah.
Right. P saying she tried to frame her in court to make it look like that's what happened too. So, I mean,
Here's the thing. So if Remy Ma was cussing her out, right? The fuck you trying to steal from me? You know, So like, how was she supposed to determine that it was an accident?
Because Remy ain't draw down on her though. It would be one thing if she drew down on her. She ain't draw down on her. She ain't threaten her with the. She'd be like,
How'd she get shot?
Shit, bitch.
How did she get shot?
So Remy had a gun on her. They was tussling over the purse. When they were tussling off over the purse, the gun accidentally went off.
So the friend knows she got a
Like,
gun then.
So this is what I'm saying, Patty. I don't see like maybe I don't know guns, and I'm sure in some ways I don't. So a gun could go off if it's just being tussled inside of a purse, or did Remy did she have her finger on the trigger?
Depends on the gun.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you know what I realized? I don't believe that. I don't believe that it was an accident because because of Remy's attitude. That's the thing. I'm realizing that. No, I mean, I'm just saying, like, because the first I heard that it might be an accident was from Patty on Clubhouse, recently. So all these years,
If you actually follow,
Look in the chat. He said she pulled it up.
back then, or even read anything on the case, then you would have known it that the argument in the court or during the case was that it was an accidental shooting. If you knew what was going on with the case, you would have known that. Because what she got charged with was assault. What was it? Assault. It was something else.
Yeah, I don't think that I looked into
illegal discharge of a firearm, probably.
Yeah,
So if you look in the chat, agent say she pulled the gun.
Why are you referring to him in the chat?
Agent, you can't believe that he said.
Oh, okay.
Like, for real, he's not even in the state.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, come on.
Don't judge Agent. He said
Agent Lang is in the States. What y'all talking about? No, I'm just messing. I know that's Brian.
Oh, wait, Mel.
We're not listening to Agent. We're not listening to Agent. You better listen to what these women is telling you. Don't listen to Agent. That's how y'all go wrong. So you listen to these women.
You know what?
And wait a minute. He didn't even say what you said. He said, you pull a gun on me, you're going to jail. He didn't say that she did pull the gun.
It does say that. It says she pulled the gun. It does say that. Damn, I ain't that slow. I ain't that slow.
No. He's right down there.
Damn, that's crazy.
He said, Lang says, you pull a gun on me, you're going to jail. If you make it there. She pulled the gun. Florida is not the state, so I don't know.
So there's evidence that she pulled the gun out.
Lang don't know what he's talking about. Agent is go ahead, Agent Lang.
The only evidence they have is that there was a gun and there was a tussle for the purse when the gun went off.
Lang don't know what he's talking about. Go ahead, Lang. Go ahead, Lang.
Did she get charged with attempted murder?
Hold on. This is like,
y'all left a detail. One second. Y'all left out a detail that Remy Ma knew she was shot and fled the scene.
Yeah, she did. She fled.
I just have one question. No, I'm not familiar with the case. I just have one question. Was the gun inside the purse when it went off?
They never said if it was inside the purse.
They said it was. I thought they said it was.
I thought so too.
It's my belief that it was.
But I don't see how the gun can go off if Remy, if it was inside the purse and
Girl,
just being tussled.
This one, I mean, all the gun safety.
So we need to have Lord's right, Sonny.
Ask Gemini. He'll tell you.
What kind of purse was it and what kind of gun? Because if it's a clutch and a semi, I can see how that could happen.
You know what though?
If it's a bolsa bag and a gun, like that's different. Like you need to. Why I act like I'm a criminal? I don't know.
Well, anything, mostly anything can
What if this girl is black?
Right, but they probably charged her with that. They probably charged her with the attempt, but I mean, a lot of things you get charged with at the end, the charges get rearranged so they can find you guilty of something.
So I'm not of the presumption. I'm not of the presumption that
I'm not of the presumption that she intentionally tried to kill
Okay,
him.
whatever
What I say, let me just say this. My assumption was that she pulled the gun out of the bag. That was the first assumption. So if there's information that disproves that, then I can understand. But I mean, traditionally, you take the gun out, you reach for the gun. Where I'm from, you're dead.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of playing, but it does depend, because if the gun got a quick trigger, she ain't had the safety on, and it's juggling around in the bag, depending on what's in the bag.
Something could have got in here. Right.
Like a something is
a lighter,
a lighter,
all that type
and
of shit. A pen,
so,
anything.
Yeah, so depending on the trigger weight and all that, I can see how that could happen.
So guess what? So you were right, Dr. Agee. So her charges, I googled it, was attempted murder, assault, criminal weapons possession, attempted coercion, and what she was actually found guilty of was attempted coercion, and it says for using threats to retrieve the money that she believed was stolen, criminal weapon possession, legally having an unlicensed firearm, and assault because she was convicted on the charge related to the shooting. Attempted murder was dropped. Yeah, but the 3 was attempted coercion for threatening her when she thought she stole money and criminal weapons possession and assault.
Yeah, they figured out they couldn't get her for attempted murder, so they dropped her shit to assault or whatever.
Or maybe they figured out she didn't do it.
Wait, nah, they didn't figure that out because she would have got out free. She did, what, 7 years for that shit?
They didn't charge her, but they didn't charge her with attempted murder.
But Dr. AG, probably because it was too argumentative in court, right? It's just too difficult.
Right, it was too hard to prove, but she just told you they charged her with it. They just didn't prove it and convict her.
Question in your listening comprehension. I said on the murder, you was like, they couldn't figure out how to convict her. I was like, well, maybe they determined she didn't do it. That's a court finding.
But that's not what that means, though. It just means they could have meant that they just didn't think they had a strong enough case. They think she did it, but they didn't think they could prove it in court.
They didn't convict her.
Prosecutors,
so
Dr. AG, all the time.
Didn't convict. Oh my God.
Okay. Wait. So you're saying that they tried her on that charge?
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did.
That's
she got tried on attempted murder?
Yeah, and it said the jury did not find any evidence to prove an intent to kill.
Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not like it was some trick they couldn't prove. Like, ooh, they let her go because they couldn't figure out how to convict her. Like they.
Oh no! What I mean by they couldn't prove the murder and they give you a lesser charge is most of the time. Okay, when you get to the end and they start reading off what happened.
That's not what happened though. The jury said that they couldn't find her guilty.
Of that charge, right.
The jury found Remy guilty of assault.
All of y'all to get off drugs.
It says the jury found Remy guilty of assault, not attempted murder, indicating that they believe she caused harm and not that she meant to kill.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, but if you apply that logic to what's his name?
And there was witnesses that said they were struggling for that person. So even when she left the scene, there was a whole bunch of people out there. There was a whole lot of witnesses.
Yeah, the necklace
she wasn't gonna get away with it in the first place.
She fled because she had that illegal gun. She's like, fuck.
And scared. Like that's scary. When
she probably ain't never shot nobody before. It's different from going to the gun range. That's most definitely it's for real.
So now, if the person had died, would that have been involuntary manslaughter?
Probably, because they probably wouldn't have been able to prove like murder 1 or 2 in that case.
Yeah, that's why I feel so bad about it. I mean, why would you reach for a gun with a friend? That's messed up shit.
She didn't, but did we just say she didn't reach for the gun?
Well, no, you didn't prove. No, you did not prove that she did not. You said she was not
They
proven
were
that was out.
tussling over the purse.
Why were they tussling over the purse?
The purse. Right.
Why were they tussling over the purse?
She had her money in the purse.
But the point is, she did not pull the gun out at the person.
You do not know that.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, so this is the story. This is the storyline. So what had happened was, Remy Ma said, "My money gone," right? She tried to check the purse, and they're fighting over the purse, going back and forth, and the gun goes off.
Oh, so she tried to. So the friend had the gun. Oh wow, that is.
Yeah, first lady, with all due respect, first lady, there's a gap in that story the size of the Brooklyn Bridge.
The people
here
said
she went to jail.
Oh my God.
She went to jail.
This is why I need some of
Other things. It's okay. Just calm down. It's alright.
Oh my God.
Did I make that story up?
Traumatic.
Did I make that story up, Patty?
You made a story. You made a story. You told a narrative with a lot of missing information.
So what's the missing information?
Patty read the facts from the thing.
That's not facts. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, I don't even.
That came from the jury.
So it's
right. I don't even care at this point.
Well, no, I don't need to be right. But I mean,
correct. You guys are correct.
You're right.
Yo, Diddy shot that girl. Stop. You're acting up.
Y'all stupid. Diddy shot that girl.
From the jury finding, and they said that's not a fact.
No, that's why is this happening? I mean, I'm not an idiot. I heard exactly what she said, and I can tell you why that's not what it's a fact. I mean, do you want me to explain why it's not a fact?
No, I
really don't care because you said we already said you were right. So what's next for you?
Yeah, so you win.
It's not about me. Everybody, people are in their feelings right now, so I'm just gonna stop.
So what's next for you?
Yeah, stop, AJ.
What do you want to do? You just want to keep talking? Is that what it is? You just want to keep arguing?
You see P hanging off the side of that cliff, man. Hey, just leave her alone, man. Go ahead.
I don't understand some of y'all. If we already said you won, you're right. Oh yeah, you're right. What? You still want to argue a point after we said you're right? What's wrong?
Because he knew he was being disingenuous.
Your ass itching.
He want to be more right.
You know, I don't want to say anything I'm going to regret. So have a great evening, ladies.
Bye.
Damn, AJ, you give up like that? You don't. Oh, my bad.
You're not helping me, though.
I know I'm not. I'm just trolling a little bit now. Because that was funny. It was funny. Damn, my bad, Doc.
Because you making the situation worse, sir. Right. Worse, it wasn't even bad, but you made it worse, sir.
Worse. That was my word when I was a kid.
Worse.
I used to get in trouble.
The worstest.
Hey, Dr. AG, do you get mad when you hear people say conversate?
Oh my God, yeah. But you know, I just let them live because it is now an accepted back formation. So I just let them live.
Yeah, and converse is so much harder to say.
It's so much difficult. It's so much more difficult to leave off a syllable than it is to add one. You add a whole one, like converse. That's it. But no, you gotta go 8. Conversate.
Right, you know that's true.
That's so much easier adding than subtracting. I get it.
Mine is regardless or irregardless.
Oh, my irregardless,
Yeah.
I can't take.
My grandfather was an English professor, so growing up, yeah.
My other one, the other one that I just, I grit my teeth is when they say, I couldn't care less. I could care less. Yeah, I could care less. The expression is I couldn't, but they'll say I could care less.
Care less, right?
Okay, well I'm gonna keep going because I want you to care less.
Exactly.
What is going on? Yes, I couldn't care less. Yeah, that one gets me too.
But I do like the little saying, say less. Say less.
I do like that too. Hey, relax.
My dad had a saying, be smart, be dumb.
That sounds a little dumb. I'm sorry, I gotta say. Be smart. Oh, like you're gonna get smacked in the mouth for being smart.
Yeah, because sometimes when you be smart, like you're really dumb. Like, you know, you trying too hard and it ain't working.
He was, don't show him all your hand. Keep self back.
Oh, so
I always say supposedly, and my mom be like, supposed.
yeah, Dr. AG, don't come to Miami because we really don't know how to speak down there. So I messaged you something in your back channel. I messaged Gemini too, but I don't see him up here. So.
He was in IGP.
No, Sue.
Gemini was in IGP going off on, what's that, Thug Bully earlier.
Yeah, it's not safe in these clubhouse streets.
Yo, Thug Bully is so annoying.
What happened with Thug Bully? I hate him.
It's so annoying. He's like, I could kill somebody and I'm gonna say I'm innocent to the end. Who's gonna say guilty?
You think he Donald Trump? I hate him and Bullis guy.
He was twirling last night on the stage.
Wait, what?
In here? I'm sorry.
No, over there where you was at.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when I pulled you to a private to send you that paperwork?
Yes.
Yeah, I be there. You just don't see me. I'm like, I'm like a fly on the wall.
Anonymous sitting here talking about thumbs down. Do you see that?
Come this way. Go in.
Do you see the anonymous account that's like thumbs down?
Go ahead.
Yeah. That's Asia, we can hear you.
That was somebody else. Come on.
Roy, you come up
Hey,
here.
little buddy. Come on. Relax. Come on in. Come on.
What's down here?
I told you in the chat, I want to conversate with you all, but I could care less.
Not conversation.
Was that a triple?
No, I didn't see that.
So they said that somebody called the police on that dude that be streaming all the rooms on YouTube.
Yeah.
Hey, cutie.
Somebody called
They called the police on him?
Yeah,
How are you?
These people really.
at the end of the conversation.
They should, because the amount of devices he has, they should call the police on him.
I'm gonna call the police and tell them I'm scared because I am scared. This dude is.
Yeah. Not for nothing, but yesterday you seen the shadow, his hand, he's on the phone. He's like, you could see the shadow of his hands moving on the phone.
Yeah, it's looking real cool, right?
Yeah, I was checking his hands to make sure he wasn't jerking off to our pictures. But he wasn't. Looked like he was texting.
I don't even know.
Oh, Patty, I was telling First Lady that you know what? When today when he did lives, he's scrolling it. He's scrolling the stage up so that you don't see the house name and the topic.
He's great.
I noticed that.
Scared of him.
Yeah, he's crazy. That's the type of men that come out on January 6th.
Oh, he was definitely out there.
They plot. Oh yes, he was. You didn't see those flags in the background and all that stuff. They plot, and then they show up with their guns. He looks like he's cuckoo, like the cuckoo clock from the Martin show.
Town hall is tonight. If you haven't already, go ahead and submit your emails to clubhouse.com.
Yeah, I'm not gonna submit multiple. You guys did it already, the questions? Yeah, that was enough.
Anonymous pictures.
So yeah, I asked about having a 5-minute time limit. They can maintain it, but a 5-minute time limit. And then I sent copies to Clubhouse of this guy's YouTube channel and what he's doing in the various accounts. That way they can at least like look at this seriously. I even sent them his actual streaming page or his page so that they can at least see what he's doing. I was like, this is kind of ridiculous. He's crazy.
Yeah, I sent them screenshot photos and I sent them the 2 URL links from both YouTube channels. Because it's like, what are you trying to do? Like, why would you be recording for all these hours? Clearly, you don't have a fucking job. I told you I think he's a veteran because he had the veterans in the back.
Yeah, he might have like mental health
They say
issues.
he lies. They say he lies about a lot of his statuses.
Well, one thing we do know is his name. So I'm actually gonna, I think maybe I should call the police and get a report on him. That way when he's in this room, at least I have something.
Yeah, send the Chicago PD over there so they can handle him.
So what you're saying is I can't messenger him a scrambler to his place? I can't do that? No? Scramble of all his signals while he's online. He'd be like,
Tell JD to call Chicago PD on him.
That's a fact.
Because it says that he's trying to run for congressman, so somebody got to know him.
He already lost. Sorry, he already lost.
Yeah, but that means they know him.
Yeah, and I wrote an email to Clubhouse, and I told them like they need to do something about that anonymous. It's not safe because people can be stalking, and a lot of people have like I don't have my picture anymore. Because I don't want them Google imaging my picture. That's how come I'm a model for Virgin right now. But anyway, I told them, like, that's not safe. People can stalk, and they should at least give the admins of the house or the creators of the room removal. Like, you should be able to remove the person anonymous. But we'll see what they say.
At least they have it so the block works even if the person is on there anonymous.
But you gotta know who they are.
It can't be somebody you already have blocked. Like they can't use it to come and say.
Right. But you know, like you can have like these weirdos that follow you on weirdos.
And look at the political climate. I mean, people are out here getting shot and assassinated. This is not cool at all.
Did y'all hear about the people that, the firefighters that were shot and the guy who shot them?
Yeah.
Was mad. That his parents were MAGA.
They?
Yeah,
but
did something crazy.
But something was off with him though.
But something's off with all of these people.
No, but I mean like.
They said that he wanted to be like a fire.
Right.
And he wanted to be a firefighter. And what he did was he started like a brush fire in the forest. Leading them to the forest. And, they didn't make anything of it because it was like a brush fire. And that's when he started sniping them.
But they asked him to leave. He was at the scene of the fire, and they asked him to move his vehicle, and that's when he started shooting. So he did engage. They engaged him. And
That's like it was a setup.
But the grandfather said, they were saying it was an ambush, but the granddaddy said he thinks like, because, he wanted to be a firefighter and he couldn't be one like that, that just kind of, he felt disrespected by them, further disrespected by them. And so he decided he would shoot him up or whatever. I don't know. The whole story sounds crazy. But mostly these stories, when they first come out, they're always crazy. Until they can do some investigating.
sorry.
Did he make a good poop?
He did. He did. We
Have you heard the stories
water battle with him drinking his.
Have you heard the story that he was born in Russia? Am I the only one who? Is that just?
Oh, I never heard that.
I lost myself. I don't know. I just, I be ending on the Hindu Times and shit like that sometimes.
I read that. I get the India. It's like an Indian paper.
What? Like, why do I get that?
India Times.
India Times. I'm like, I don't want that. They were talking about that he was born in Russia. I'm like, I don't think so. Like,
that should be all though. I don't know what they be doing in India. Sometimes it be good.
But why do I get it at the first top of my freaking Google search?
Do you have Apple News? Do you have Apple News?
Yeah, that's what I use.
I don't.
You don't? Oh,
Just sign up for that.
I was gonna say it might be because you have Apple News. Because I have Apple News and I go in there and they have all kinds of stuff. If you click on it like once, then it'll,
Wait, so I just
you
have
don't
New York
have Apple
Times, right? So should I just, does Apple News include New York Times in it?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it tells you to, on Apple,
but if you don't have a subscription, but if you don't have a subscription, you can't read the New York Times articles. But New York Times is included in Apple.
Right. Yeah, it'll tell you the publication and where it's all coming from, the source. And I mean, I pretty much have the same like few sources, Bloomberg, New York Times, and such. And it just consistently has that on my, what do you call that thing? Your
like your For You page or whatever, like your landing page.
No, your
news feed.
Yeah, your news feed, but there's another word. Never mind. I can't think right now.
Yeah, Apple News doesn't come with Wordle, so they can forget about.
It doesn't come with what?
Wordle.
But you can get Wordle. You just have to get New York
And
Times.
I need like a separate app. I'm not doing all that.
Or you could just get the New York Times and you can.
Yeah, I have the New York Times. That's something like that.
Yeah, I do Wordle every day.
And Wordle all in one place. What's your first word that you use?
I use different ones. I don't play like that. I use whichever, like, I'm feeling.
Oh no, I always use like the same 3 words.
Yeah, a lot of people do. And sometimes I get it on the first word.
Oh wow.
I've gotten it on the first word before. Is that fucking... Why did I put my chain in? There's some girl on the other side. Hey, what's going on? What the hell? Oh, that ain't it.
What the heck?
I'm about to call his mama. And they're like, what is Taylor doing out here with this girl on the roller skates? Okay.
Girl, wow. Y'all, check this out. So when I grew up as a kid, right, we didn't do the Pledge of Allegiance. A lot of kids did not stand up during it. And they had me too. So some Palestinian American girl would not stand during the Pledge of Allegiance. Wow. She was told she needs to go back to her country.
But she talks on the social audio.
The kids told her?
No, the teacher. The teacher.
But I thought they had religious exemptions for that in school.
Yeah, they said she refused to stand for herself. You know what? Y'all, so everybody that went to school in New York, when they did the Pledge of Allegiance, a lot of kids did not stand up for that shit.
That's a fact.
They didn't even put their hands on their own backpack.
The only time I did it was for kindergarten.
Right, when you was in elementary school, because you didn't. But then another kid, because I guess they had a woke parent that would be like, why you don't stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Because this country ain't for us. Oh, I didn't have woke parents, I guess, because I didn't know. I think I stood for Pledge of Allegiance, so I was probably in 3rd, 4th grade.
Everything changed for me after the movie Malcolm X. So
Well, you were super late then. So I guess I'll be.
Well, that's true. I think I was about 13, 12, 13 when that movie came out. So.
But yeah. This is crazy. I'm reading this crazy article. It says the father of a 14-year-old Michigan student is suing his daughter's school district and teacher on her behalf, alleging she was a repeated